So Outdoor Adventures program assistants have usually handled what we call mid-burner projects, these ideas of things that would really improve our programs, but we need somebody with the time and the leadership skills to pursue them. And so they've done great jobs with advancing our program in new ways that our regular staff are more in the job of maintenance, and the program assistants have been able to really push the boundaries of our programming. I like that program assistants are enthusiastic about their particular project, and so they come in with this particular goal and a timeline for that goal, and it's usually tied to their professional interests, so they bring this great enthusiasm beyond the day-to-day operations. I would recommend program assistants for anywhere that it aligns with that student's interests and benefits the program. If you find that alignment, then you have this kind of synergistic value between the two, and a lot of times we'll have a program assistant interest and it ends up going to another program area because it just aligns in a better way with that program, and that's great. Still benefits the department.
Our student directors have helped us with some of our long-term planning, planning for our officials training. They are kind of a direct report for some of our intramural sports supervisors and intramural sports officials. They help us out with daily tasks like scheduling, office preparation, equipment removal, equipment storage, stuff like that. So they've been a big help in that regard. I think they've helped me improve my managerial skills, just being able to communicate with someone a little bit closer than our normal organizational structure. But also I think that they've been able to grow and gain some responsibility, some experience managing employees, given additional responsibilities to kind of grow within themselves and look towards the future as they consider, future jobs or future roles within recreation, anything like that. They'll be able to apply the experience they've got within this role and move that forward. I think that the job description and responsibilities will obviously vary among other departments, but anytime you can give undergraduate students additional responsibility and real-world experience, that's definitely going to be a benefit for them in the future.
So my GA left early, and I had three lovely undergraduate students that stepped right in and took the program assistant role. Each one brings something different to the table. I have, like most aquatic operations, I have an instructional portion, and I also have an operations portion. So I have one young man, Alex, who takes care of all my training, hiring, and evaluations for our guard staff. I have Sigrid, who has really embraced the financial aspect of the programs, both in daily operations and the instructional base. And then Brittany has grabbed hold of the swim lesson portion, and she's just done an amazing job for me. Without my program assistants, this is a good hair day. So could you imagine what I would look like without them? I think program assistants are an advantage to all aspects of the university.
Our program assistants, we consider them more of like undergraduate supervisors. We do have three, one of them being a personal training, two of them being more under fitness and wellness, overseeing our fitness monitor staff. What they do for the department is they act as the undergraduate manager for that staff, and they help along with the different procedures and implementations of ideas and incentive programs. Our personal training one in specific helps run the personal training program along with myself. And yeah, that's kind of like their contribution to the fitness and wellness program itself. It's basically doing the stuff that a minor level manager would be able to do in any type of workplace. Definitely being in my first year as a graduate assistant in fitness and wellness, they definitely helped my transition into the position very significantly. It's a lot easier with having them to be like, I guess I don't want to call them my minions or anything like that, but they definitely teach me as I go throughout my job here. So things like being able to run the scheduling software, that was one of the program assistants helped me do that. The other thing would be the training procedures here. They all know the training procedures, and they have helped me be able to implement even more into that as well. Although they're helpful in my department, I could definitely see, or I definitely recommend them being in other departments as well, because the same thing could happen for another graduate assistant or another associate director or coordinator that is happening with me, is that they can provide additional hand and other leadership skills that they could develop themselves as young adults and young professionals. So I definitely believe that it would work.
They've helped it grow. They've gotten us to a place where we can really focus on some of the goal projects, the projects that we really want to do to help make the program bigger, rather than just having to focus on the day-to-day or putting out the day-to-day fires. So they've been vital in helping us become a bigger and better department. It made my job easier, I guess would be the easiest thing. Anytime I was pulled away or too busy to take care of a certain task, they've jumped in and helped out in vital ways. So, yes, definitely recommend them to the departments. At the very least, having an extra body there to help take care of tasks or assign other tasks would be a big help for any department.
I believe the reason the program assistant position is so successful is because they are actually able to challenge our operation. They provide a very interesting perspective because they are students, and for the most part, they're your traditional student, and they're able to challenge our operation in the terms of understanding the students' needs and acting as the liaison between the student staff and the professional staff and graduate assistants, and really understanding what will truly make our operation more successful. I believe program assistants have really challenged me as a leader. I think they understand what it takes to be a successful leader, and I'm not going to say they necessarily call me out when I'm slacking, but they always challenge me to be at my best and provide the best for the student staff and make sure that I'm acting as a professional at all times. But benefit from having program assistants, you're able to provide benefit to these students and heighten their leadership abilities, and they're also able to challenge you as a professional, and I believe it's nothing but good for a department to have program assistants.
So our student directors, they help with officials trainings and then also coming up with incentives for our student staff. And that's really been helpful because they are students themselves, and so it's something that they would be interested in, and then also they come up with ideas that kind of motivate them that will help motivate our other staff members. So for me, it helps me to really focus on the big picture and not have to deal with some of the smaller items that are still very, very important, but I'm allowed to be on committees and I'm allowed to do things for the university as a whole. And then also I love seeing the student directors or program assistants grow personally and professionally. If I wouldn't have been a student director whenever I was an undergrad, I wouldn't have gotten into grad school. I wouldn't have been able to do all of the things that I had already done, as a student director. It really helped me in my path. And so I love seeing those students get really excited about staying in campus recreation, and they can only do that if they get the experience whenever they're an undergrad. No, I think that it is a valid opportunity for all students to get this behind the scenes experience, and it helps give them those soft skills that employers are looking for.
Assistants for Fitness really are involved with every single aspect of what we do. They assist the grad assistant in really all of the hiring process, the selection process, the training and evaluations for all of our fitness monitors, our personal trainers that we have that work for us. We have them develop all of our incentive programs. They're very hands-on with that. They implement all of the incentive programs that we do. They handle all the marketing for our winners. They select those, and they handle all of the prizes that we do for that. They also assist with our staff meetings, and then when we do formal evaluations at the end of the semester with every single employee, they're also involved with that, with filling out the evaluations and the meetings that we have with all of our student employees. Well, what I enjoy the most about my job is mentoring. So I get the opportunity to mentor those program assistants and watching them develop. And I think the experience that they get for us kind of gets them ahead of the game when it comes to looking for either internships, full-time positions, or grad assistantship, because I think they get the experience and leadership skills that a lot of undergrad students would never get if they didn't have the experience as a program assistant. I don't think we would survive and flourish if we didn't have program assistants, because they do so much for us. They are the leaders of our program, they're the face of our program, and they really do run our program